Hello, so today I'm going to demonstrate how to add a glossary feature to your WordPress site. I will be using the Russian Reader site as an example. I've been working on this site this summer, and this is actually how I figured out how to use the CM Tooltip Glossary plugin and manipulate it to match the professor's interests. So the first thing that you need to do is install the plugin. It's called the CM Tooltip Glossary. So if you go to your Plugins tab and go to Installed Plugins, on the top right corner is where you can search for a particular plugin. So here you're going to type CM Tooltip Glossary and then search for it. Then you're going to activate it. So once you have activated the CM Tooltip Glossary, this little tab will appear on your dashboard. So if you go to settings, I'm just going to explain that I have changed the default settings for this particular project because the default settings are such that when you enter a new term in the glossary, every single instance that term appears on your website, it will be automatically hyperlinked, and that hyperlink will bring you to that glossary term page. For the purposes of this site, we decided that it was best to only highlight that term where it appears on a certain page. So I don't know Russian, so bear with me, but for example, this term, it means a dugout, and instead of whenever this term appears on the entire website, instead of it being hyperlinked for each instance, it's only hyperlinked here on this particular page of the level 2 of the golden fish, I believe. Okay, so the first step in creating this sort of feature where you hover over this term and a definition appears underneath, the first thing that you're going to need to do after having installed the plugin is to go to your CM Tooltip Glossary and add a new glossary term. So we're going to add a new term, and let's say that this term, so when you add the new glossary term, the term you want to enter in the title is not the definition, but the term that you want to define. So I'm going to say, just for the purposes of this tutorial, that we want to define my name. My name's Sam. So when we link a particular instance of Sam to me, the definition that we put underneath, this will appear. So let's say that Sam and digital media tutor. So let's go ahead and publish this glossary term. So we've just added a new glossary term to the site. We're going to go ahead and publish it. So now a glossary term exists. And because I've changed the settings, and this means that it's not automatically hyperlinked with the hover digital media tutor, we need to go to that particular instance of the word Sam and link it to this glossary item. So this is the second step in the process. After having created a glossary item, then you have to link the instance that you want to be linked with this glossary item manually. So let's go find an instance of the word Sam to link to this glossary item. I don't think that Sam exists right now on this site, so I'm just going to play around and put my name here on the home page. I'll get rid of it afterwards, but just for the purposes of this tutorial, we're going to go ahead and say Sam down here. Okay, so now you have text on a particular page that you want, when someone hovers over it, for that definition to appear underneath. And you have already created that glossary item. So the next thing you're going to do is the same thing that you would do to create any other sort of link. You highlight the text, and then you click on the link tool. And with the link tool, there's two options. You can either enter a destination URL or link to existing content. Now, we're going to be linking to existing content because glossary items are underneath existing content for your site. So when you create a new page or a new glossary item or a new post, it automatically sort of bumps up to the top here. So you can see that Sam glossary item is already, at the top because it was the latest thing that I've created for the site. So if you created the glossary item not very recently, you're going to go ahead and search for the name of the glossary item that you want, like Sam, and there you go, it appears again. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the glossary item that you created, and it's going to automatically add a URL to that glossary item page. And the title here, this is really important. Before you press add link, the title, this is actually what is going to appear when you hover over the term. So even though you've already created the glossary item and you've already added that URL link, the title is extremely important. You need to put the same definition in here. So you're going to put digital media tutor. Okay, so now you have successfully entered all of the information necessary to create this hover text function. You can either choose to have the link open in a new tab or not. So that means that when somebody is hovering over this text and they choose to click on the hyperlink text, it will bring that to the glossary, bring them to that glossary item page in the same window, or is it going to open a new window? So let's say it's going to open a new window or tab. So go ahead and add the link, and then be sure to update the page because you just edited it. So now we're going to view the page that we just edited. And we're going to scroll down to the bottom because that's where I added the link. And as you can see, my name appears there, and it is hyperlinked. And when I hover over it, ta-da, Digital Media Tutor appears below. And when I click on it, in a new tab, it brings me to the glossary item page that just has the term and the definition. So you can use this this plugin for all sorts of things, but it's especially useful for language instruction. And any language should be able to work with this plugin, and I encourage all of you to check it out. So thank you for watching this video.